Hi, everybody. I see there's some National of the Arts students here. Give yourselves a round of applause. What other schools do we have here today? The East Rand School of the Arts, make some noise. And which uniform is this one? Which one? Khotlotaro. Khotlotaro, make some noise. Am I missing any more schools? Am I missing any more schools? Which other school? What is it called? Central Johannesburg College, make some noise. Have we covered everything? Ah, Konanye, which one? What is it called? Willow Crescent. Willow Crescent, make some noise. Now have we covered all the schools? Okay, hopefully. Beautiful people, it's so beautiful to be here with you. As fellow music lovers, it is an honor to be sharing in this space. For those of you who may not know, my name is ZOE. I am a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm a performer, and I actually am an alumni of the National School of the Arts. I was here very, very many years ago. So I am a big sister to all of you. Before we start, I wanted to acknowledge the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz. Is everyone listening? Lovely. So I would like to acknowledge the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz for having us here. They've been a very important part of my formative years in music. I've had the privilege of being able to share the stages with some of the best, not just in the country and the continent, but the world. So it's beautiful that we're able to have this interactive conversation as people who love music. So thank you so much to Standard Bank Joy of Jazz and to Standard Bank. I am the Young Artist for Music for 2023. And yeah, this is like family to me, which means you are like family to us and myself. So this is a workshop that I was very excited to be a part of. My Betty girl come through. I was like, when and where? And I was asked to speak specifically about vocals, but I did want to give a little bit of a background of myself and encourage more of an interactive conversation. Because I don't want to talk at you, but I want us to actually engage maybe some questions that you might have for your big sis here. Okay, but I just wanted to give maybe a little bit of a background of myself. I was born in Durban, Overport, KwaZulu-Natal. Back home, sitting in Umzukulu. And I was raised in Pietermaritzburg, which is also in KZN. And my journey with music actually begins there. Ngakhuliswa ugogo nomkhulu, that's my grandmother and my grandfather and my community from Mbali, A1. And like any beautiful township experience, we were listening to a whole lot of music. You know, I don't know if some of you might actually have that background, but when your neighbor plays a song, they play it loud enough for you to hear it, you know? So we eat together, we cry together, we dance together, we make memories together, we listen to music together, and that was really my background and what inspired me to want to get into music. Because when you see some of the soundtracks that are playing in the background to all the memories that you make, you're just like, oh man, I want to impact people in this way. So that's my background. And then I got into a little bit of a situation with a penny whistle in my crash years. I did not know how to play it, but I wanted one and I was able to get it and played very badly. And then I was a part of some junior choir experiences back in KZN. And for those of you who might not know, KZN has a very big culture of choral music, you know. So that was that. And then we went to Gauteng. I went to live with my mom. And that's where I got introduced to, I don't know if you guys have done any at Stedfords. Like at Stedfords, music competitions, type of thing. And that's where I was able to do that. And then I auditioned to be in this lovely space. And while I was here, I was studying classical music. So I auditioned with this piece called with this I personally don't believe this great time. Guys, who's here for a great time? Who's here for something? I think as we were. Is this one working? Hey. Who is here for some great time, everybody? And I know that I came in during the conversation, so you ask them a question to say that who has a question, but I can see that they really need a little bit of an icebreaker. Who wants to be Zoe when they grow up? Let me start there. You see them? You see that? You see that? So I don't know. Did you get everything that you were here for today? You have questions. You have questions, right? A little bit of questions, right? And maybe Zoe, before they go into questions, are you gonna do something nice for us? I would definitely love to start with a conversation.
Okay,
And maybe
okay.
take it from there.
So
And take it
you
from
doing
there.
something should be a bonus for them doing something for you. I got you, girl. I got you. I'm gonna start with you. Anything you want to know from Zoe?
Hi, sis Zoe. I just would like to know, since your first, because I've researched about you and I know like the how it happened that you came to your first album. Even your first album, like it explains itself. It was sessions on sessions on sessions. So I'd like to know, as someone who'd also would like to like have their own album out one day, were you signed under any record label, or like how did you go about, because of I researched about you, what actually happened, so just to know, Guti, how did you manage to actually have your first album out? Yes.
I love that question. Well, so my journey going into my first album was that before I actually wanted to acknowledge my Zulu teacher, guys. Miss Zigalala! Yo, I haven't seen her. I haven't seen this queen in so many years. I just wanted to say, siyabonga kakhulu, ma'am, for all that you have done.
Wow.
We had some of the best.
Oh, wow.
This queen over here, guys, literally, I just remember us laughing in her classes and
Yeah.
having the time of our lives. But also, I think you've been such an important part of my, as a person, Opuma Kona, AKZN, to have a Zulu teacher like you was such an important part, even of the songs that I write now. So I just wanted to give you your flowers and say thank you. Siyakutanda. We're so grateful for you. I'm a very emotional person, so just try to live with that, guys. But going back to, I love Musigalala, please. But going back to the question, so I went to a competition called The Voice South Africa. It was the first season of The Voice. And it really was an opportunity for me to introduce myself to the public. I had been a student. I was already performing professionally and doing festivals, but I just wanted a space that allowed for EPR, because it was a multi-million PR opportunity, and I thought it was a beautiful way to get into the industry. But at the time that I'd already entered the competition, I had already recorded the album. And I recorded this album saving up from all the competitions that I was doing over the years. You know, I would do this Konai festival that's called Art Club. It's actually an Afrikaans festival, I think in the Free State. But I started doing that when I was in NSA already. I would go to Free State so that I could just create more of a rapport, go to competitions. And from the money that I'd saved from winning some of these competitions, I was able to put that away. As a student, I would do like weddings, and being in Cape Town, Konama Vineyard, so you get to see a lot of people getting married and drinking wine and acting divine, you know. So that was a beautiful opportunity to also work out some savings, you know. So I had that little budget to go. I asked musicians that I went to college with at UCT to help me record the album. A lot of people I was scared to ask because I really respected them, you know. So Abo Bukani Daya, Romy Browter-Seth, Marlon Vitboy, Kyle Shepherd, oh my goodness, and that's just to name a few. Please do read up on these people. They are incredible culture makers. And I just recorded the album, Gancane Gancane, book studio sessions. I would just put in a little bit of work at a time, and I released the album independently under my personal label called Yellow Wax. And I had gotten an opportunity to sign through the reality show, The Voice, but I decided that I really wanted to protect my creative integrity because it was important to me to express myself and to introduce myself to the world in the best possible way, you know. So I decided to release it independently. It was very difficult, guys. I don't even want to lie to you. But it was also very empowering to take up space in that way and to be able to come in as a 22, 23-year-old with this album and showcase it and share it with the world, you know. So yeah, that was the journey of Yellow the Novel, and it was a beautiful one because I then got to be invited to be a part of the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz 1 year after releasing the album. And actually, what I think helped a lot with that is that I don't know if you guys are aware of the youth festival that happens in Makanda annually. Are you aware of it? Okay, so there's a festival that happens in Makanda annually, National Arts Festival, also in partnership with Standard Bank. And what we would do in our college years is that we would actually attend it every year. And it's a space where you get to see workshops, interact with people, you do auditions to be a part of the big band. And I was able to be in the big band for 2 of the bands, which was a way into the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz. So by the time I guess I released an album, there was already a bit of awareness and a rapport and a relationship that was created with the festival. And if you get into one festival booking, it's easy to have additional platforms and conversations because of the PR and the media that goes into putting, advertising the shows. So that was basically my journey with Yellow the Novel. And I really encourage guys I was a young student myself, and I am still a student. I would encourage you to take all the tools that you learn from your teachers and also, in addition to that, carve an identity, an artistic identity of your own. And I think for me, what I've found that has been very impactful is to get into my language, isiZulu, to write in my mother tongue, to write about things that matter to me, the way that I see the world, because I think these are the stories that people are waiting for. These are the things that resonate. Because there's a lot of talented people. Some don't have the opportunity to see it through the way that you've been blessed to. So people are always waiting for your story. What do you want to share with us? What do you want to say? What do you want to talk about? And it can be any kind of thing. Then you're able to make your tribe out of that. So when people listen to your album one day, hopefully very soon, then they think about, oh my goodness, this is what she has to share. Like, I resonate with this. I dig this, So, I encourage that, and I hope to see many, if not all of you, in these stages and these spaces. And if not, may you do things that fulfill you and that challenge you as well, But yeah.
Yeah. Zoe, one last question, everybody. Oh, my baby, I'm just gonna go for you.
Morning. So I just wanted to ask.
Sawubona.
Sawubona. It's morning.
Yes, morning. I didn't get your name.
Undumis Waptelis.
Siyabonga kakhulu. Okay.
So I wanted to ask, as a jazz artist, how is it working with other artists, like artists that don't normally do jazz? Like, there's one song that is a highlight for me. It's called Mbito.
It's called?
Mbito.
Mbito.
On Mone's Makulu album.
For sure.
So yeah, I just wanted to ask how it was working with him and other artists that are very versatile in their style.
Well, it's beautiful to meet you. Beautiful question. I don't necessarily consider myself a jazz artist. I consider myself a human being who loves different kinds of music, So I grew up listening to kwaito as much as I did hip-hop, as much as I did jazz, as much as I did Motown records, house music. I'm a piano now. And I think for me, I've been able to find the wisdom through all these different kinds of sounds and songs. But I have been privileged enough to be trained classically and in the jazz space. So that is my community, and I love it and I appreciate it. It's been beautiful to work with people in different art forms and in different genres and sounds. because it's allowed me to express the love that I have for music in different kinds of ways. It's allowed me to rediscover myself through these collaborations. And it's something that I enjoy and I encourage. You know, as much as we would spend 7, 8 hours practicing classical music in these walls, we would also have jam sessions that we would do, you know. Because you practice for all these hours and then you're like, oh, goodness me. Sengikhathele Beethoven. I'm tired of Bach. I love you, but I'm so exhausted. Just because it requires so much discipline, even though I do have a huge respect for classical music. But we would even gather together after rehearsing or practicing for all these hours, and people would share their compositions, you know. I remember Utepo Toteti, who's a professional now, he would come with these pieces. I would bring my clarinet. We would start learning parts just off of our ears and engaging in that way as well. So I respect what collaboration is. I think it's a beautiful way to also find your own sound and your own message through interacting with people and to have fun with it, you know, because music is about discipline. Music is about sometimes sweat and tears, but it's also about joy and shared experiences and memories, which I think is important. No? Yeah, so, yeah. Sure.
Hi, Zoe.
Savona.
My name is Andile Bonane.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And my question is, we'll say you were in a reality TV show called The Voice, right? I want to know whether, like, was it always fun and enjoyable, or would there be a time where, as you just felt, you can't do this, it's too much for you, or I don't know. But can you just please go through the emotions that you felt while in that journey?
Beautiful question. So, when The Voice happened, the first season, I was already a professional musician, meaning I would get paid to sing. And the first season was really cool because there was a lot of other professional musicians that I knew, that we literally met up there to do the season. For me, I'm not a competitive person, but I do have a competitive background because of things like preparing pieces for Stedfords, because of things like competing, because competitions can also give opportunity, right, and platform. So when I am in that space of having to prepare and to be in that space, I have a very, like a tunnel vision of doing what I need to do. So for me, the important thing about there was choreographing the songs. If I'm gonna do Fireworks, Katy Perry, which was one of the songs, I was like, hey, I would like to sing the song on a piano. They made it possible. Sing on the piano, so I know for me, what is the way to hit the mark? Because you don't sing the whole song from beginning to end. It was just like a few of the important parts because it is a show. So for me, it was really just like, how do I choreograph? And movement really helps me to remember lyrics because I'm terrible. Even with my own songs, I am terrible at remembering words. So I would just choreograph, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to look into camera when this point comes, okay, then I'm going to move off. It was very much like quite an intentional experience. So that was helpful for me, you know, just to be prepared to meet the mark and to have a tunnel vision. And of course, you know, reality TV is also an opportunity for people who really enjoy what you do to share it openly. Like they will say, oh, Zoe killed that. Oh, big things are going to happen for you one day. But there was also trolls, you know. There were people that didn't have the greatest things to say. Oh, no, she shouldn't have touched that song. Oh, why that costume? Da, 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 da. So you're interacting with a lot of opinions. And I found it to be, I still find it to be very challenging because I still experience that now. But I had to kind of like block that noise, be prepared, meet my mark, and do the very best with what I could, you know. So yeah, I hope that helps.
Says Zoe, I'm here, this side.
Oh,
I'm a very active hand. I'm all over the show. So I'm looking at our time, and then you promised that if you get at least more than one answer, you're going to do something nice for us. And I'm looking at the time, and I'm looking at so many questions. I don't know if you can give us that gift, the surprise. And then those who still have questions, I think you're still around, right? Are you still gonna be around? Can they tab you, or you got a show, honey, working on schedules? Not sure how long. Yeah, because and I didn't want to make anyone feel like they were not answered. How long will our surprise take? Not too long. Two more questions. I saw him. Let me go at the back. We did the fronts for too long.
Hi, Zoe.
Hello.
I'm Chi-Chi.
Nice to meet
Nice
ya.
to meet you, Zoe. I just wanted to ask, in how did you realize that like that's your sound? How did you realize that's how you wanted to introduce yourself to the world? Number one, number two, did you ever feel like you wanted to change that? Yeah, that's
Ooh, beautiful questions. So for me, I think with my debut album specifically, it was really just about all the things and the tools that I'd learned all these years, you know, from the Bachs to the Moses Mulelekwas, you know. So it was really just my perspective of where I was at the time. And that's what informed my sound. But it's funny, if I didn't release Yellow the Novel, which was recognized to be more of a jazz album, there were so many opportunities to actually even be a house singer. It's just that that didn't come out first, you know. There's also a band I'm a part of called Seba Kapstadt, which has two Germans, myself, a South African, and a Swati Grammy-winning songwriter called Manana. And that was more like soul, R&B, and I was rapping there, you know. So for me, it is just a matter of what came out first, which was the sound that people know me for. Have I wanted to switch? I think so. I think I have, but I think music has also allowed me to exercise my freedom and to be okay with allowing myself in the same way that I'm an evolving person, because we all evolve. I'm telling you guys, 5 years from now, you might not think the things that you think, you know, and I think the way that music is that it reflects where we are at the time. So if I want to release a rap album, I want to release a rap album. You know, if I want to release a classical work, I would love to release like arias, you know. I want to give myself the present of the freedom to do that. So I'd be happy to explore it, you know.
Zoe, I'm really glad that you are making them aware that just because you are known for a particular genre, you shouldn't stick there. We're human beings. We have to evolve. And I think what she's saying that in 2 years' time, you might think that you want to be a doctor, and then all of a sudden you want to be an artist, all of a sudden you want to be a pilot, and you should allow those thoughts. We gotta evolve, and if you are a creative or an artist, you gotta type in any genre if you want to be a musician. I'm gonna take the last one just to wrap it up, and then I'm gonna go with him.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Hannah.
Nice to meet you, Hannah.
What is the best way to like get exposure and get like out there and known?
That is a very good question, Hannah. So I think, in my experience, being able to take advantage of all the opportunities that I have access to has been the best way to be exposed, you know? I think about, for example, being here at the National School of the Arts. There was a festival that was called the Festival of Fame. Someone told me that the name changed to like Festival of Art or something, right? Yeah. So in that festival, for example, we used to do like big productions where you have to audition for a part, you know. So with that, taking up space in that, going to that audition, preparing the piece that you need to prepare so that you have that platform, that was very helpful to me. And being able to take on things like at Stedfords, you know, attending workshops and saying, hey, instead of Zoe giving the surprise, why don't I come on stage? Like asserting oneself gets to be something that is very important and useful. And you guys have the tool of social media right now. You know, what are the ways that you can explore that? I think you might even know more about that than I do, you know. But I think for me, it really has been about taking advantage of the low-hanging fruit and the opportunity that exists already in your space and working from that and using opportunities like these workshops to interact with professionals and ask the questions that you would need to propel yourself forward, you know. So hopefully you guys bet on yourselves. You will need to do a lot of that. And sometimes you need to do it even if you don't necessarily feel like you are qualified, or even if you don't feel like you're worthy, or even if you feel, or you belittle yourself, or you don't have good things that you say about that. I hope that you still assert yourself, and you assert yourself from the space of knowing that you are prepared, because we're not going to assert ourselves and then do nyols, you know. You assert yourself because you know you are prepared, that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. You are meeting yourself at the best possible level that you can. And I'm sure the universe will make sure and conspire things for you. Because I think the universe recognizes what we bring out, and it just gives more of that to us, you know. So, yeah.
I really love that. Bet on yourself and take advantage of your low-hanging fruits. I think most of the creatives, you want to start today and immediately look like Zoe. It was a process. It was a process. I don't know how long it take her to be where she is. I'm not talking about the physical appearance. I'm talking about the career, the accolades, where she has gotten so far. Bet on yourself, whether you are in the creative space or you choose to go into the engineering space, because I didn't see everybody raising their hand when I was like, who wants to be Zoe when they grow up? So whether you want to be the next
And
Casper
I hope no one wants that. I hope everyone wants themselves, an elevated version of themselves.
That's it.
Because let me tell you something. The spot, let's say I'm not your favorite person, right? Or maybe this is the first time that you're even hearing that I exist. The most important thing to remember as you go into your paths, even if, like she's saying, you become a pilot and not necessarily a musician, be affirmed in knowing that there is only one version of you. And if you continue to pursue that to the best of your ability, and you elevate your skill sets, and you upskill, and you ask questions, and you get to know more about what it is that you want to do, there won't be a copy of you. Even if you don't have the best tone, for example, in your voice, maybe you don't have this, or there's certain things you don't think you have, there is no one, and I mean this literally, there is no one that can do you better than you. And you will hear it many times as you get into this journey, but it's only because it's cheesy, but it's true. So I hope you want, when you think of something that is bigger than yourself, I hope you see an elevated version of your own face, and you pursue that with humility, you pursue that with the respect for what it is that you do, and because you respect it, you work on it, and you don't take it for granted, and you take all the opportunities that you're able to get, and you move, and you rock and roll, and you show us flames, basically. But
Woo!
yeah.
Zoe, before you take it away, most of the time when we tend to attend such settings, people think that they will remember certain things, and they really just don't remember. So I'm going to give you a homework, okay? I'm your teacher for now. When you get home, try and jot down every single thing that you remembered from today. Trust me, it helps. 5 years from now, you can reference. When you feel like, I think now I'm seeing flames, I'm seeing smokes. This is Standard Bank Joy of Jazz, Zoe. And you promised us that you're going to do something nice. And I don't think that Standard Bank brought you here because they didn't know what you got, baby. So please usher us with a little surprise. Are you guys ready? Can we give it up for Zoe MODIGA?
I'm just choosing a song. Give me 2 seconds.
A little song. Is there anybody who wants to do an a cappella in the meantime? A cappella. Ooh, I got. You said it. You said it. Let's go, baby. Please stand up. Please stand up and respect the crowds, okay? Anything. Let's give it. Okay.
Hi there, I'm Hannah and I go to the NSA.
Sure thing, Hannah. Show us what you've got.
Okay, I'll sing Over the Rainbow because I've sung that many times.
Okay.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a
skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. If birds fly over the rainbow, why then oh why can't I?
Give Hannah a round of applause.
Oh man, oh man. You know, you took me somewhere at an ocean. I saw myself wearing a cute little white dress, baby, with my hair tied to the back. There's some horses somewhere running around. You know what? Cheers, baby. That was beautiful. That was lovely. That was lovely.
Please give it up again for Hannah.
Yeah! Woo!
So beautiful. So that's exactly what we were talking about. Asserting yourself, you know, and taking up that space. So please give it up for Ulungelo Ngobo on keys. This is an incredible brother of mine. Actually, the first time I saw him, he was auditioning for and got to be a part of the Standard Bank youth band. And we have been performing together for very many years. And yeah, I would like to just leave you with the message. A song called Isekazini. Isekazini is a song that is written in isiZulu that reminds us that we are world shakers. If nothing else is remembered today, I hope you guys remember that you are world shakers and that you are the determiner of your destiny. Continue to chase yourself, an elevated version of yourself. Continue to dream and actualize those dreams and be curious. But yeah, this is Isekazini. Ngicela ningizwe kahle ngifuna ukushintsha umhlaba ngicela ningizwe kahle ngifuna ukushintsha umhlaba ngine nceba mina nceba mina ngine nceba mina nceba mina.
Come on now.
Ngine nceba mina nceba mina ngine nceba mina nceba mina. Let Isekazini, Isekazini. Do you believe that? What you need is in your DNA. Let Isekazini, Isekazini. And then this is what the people sing in the shows.
Come on now.
I want you guys to sing it with me. If you heard it.
got this.
Your turn.
Come on now.
Thank you so much. Hope to see you on a stage, taking up your space. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, guys. Please enjoy the rest of the upcoming workshops. You will be fed all kinds of gold. May you take it in. This has been an honor. Thank you to the National School of the Arts, Standard Bank, Joy of Jazz, Standard Bank, and all who've made this possible. Have a beautiful day. God bless.
Yo, hoo, 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 hoo. Damn, baby, damn. Damn, mama. That, ooh. What do we do after that? What do we do after that? Oh, man, let's give it up for ZOE one more time.